Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadan Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam bi madadakum wa nazarakum Sayyidi ya Rasul Kareem ya Habibul Azim. Fa atiyullah atiya Rasul ulul amri minkum. And always a reminder from myself, and abdukal ajis da'if miskeen zalim jahal, and but for the grace of Allah that we're still in existence. And our life is like a donkey that has a very powerful microphone from a heavenly presence. People see the donkey come into town and say, well, he's talking like this, what's he saying? There's a microphone on him, but donkey self is nothing. But you have to be concerned to who is speaking, and the knowledges they wish to convey. You can shoot the donkey but it doesn't affect the microphone. So what happening upon the earth is an immense oppression and difficulty, and Allah has written everything, and victory belongs to Allah. The struggle belongs to creation regardless of denomination. So means that Allah owns the victory, and creation, if they believe in the heavens, to them belong the struggle. That to struggle in the way of Allah, struggle against bad character, and as a result of struggling in life to open up the realities about themselves. Nobody knows about themselves until they begin to confront themselves, their issues, their angers, their character, as if the world is going through a big lemon test. Because everyone, regardless of their practices, to each their own practice, tariqah and Sufism comes and teaches not to judge. Just everyone has to look at themselves and think that the practices that they do and the character that they have, everyone claims to be sweet until… As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Something displeasing comes, and that becomes the squeeze in life. When something is displeasing, then characteristics, true characteristics come out. And God loves His creation and tests all His creation. There's no ego in the heavens, and as a result of testing His creation, I want you to know about yourself. Because I know what I created, you just don't know yourself. Who knows himself will know his Lord. So those whom have been inspired to enroll in spiritual classes and universities and programs, they're taught to look to yourself, fight yourself, confront yourself and see what you find. If it's displeasing to you, bring it down, and the things that you feel are godly, divinely and heavenly, bring them out. And now the entire earth seems to be enrolled because everyone's being squeezed, and all that were thought to be sweet look a little bit sour. So we look at the world and see that where's all the sweetness that people talked about? And this is a worldwide cleansing. When Allah brings difficulties and opens the door of this type of punishment, it's a cleansing for all the earth, and for people to observe themselves, look to their characters before the greater judgment within the grave and rising into the Divinely Presence of Judgment Day, Yawmul Mashar. Before that they can identify their character through this difficult testing, and they can see what is displeasing, why their characters are aggressive and angry, how they react and how they talk. And this should be a great cleansing, and the tariqahs exist for this point in time, to broadcast from a donkey that, look to your character, be careful what's coming upon this earth, and the immensity of its difficulty is all in the hands of Allah. From its good to its bad, it's under the permission of Allah as a cleansing coming upon the earth. Everyone is going to be washed. This opportunity for us to self-reflect and look to ourselves, to see the good character and bring it out, the bad character push it down. If the bad character begins to come out in times of difficulty, you'll be washed in the tide of azab. But if the goodness comes out through guidance and the teachings of guidance, then you should be given like a Divinely umbrella that protects you from calamities upon this earth. Everything that Prophet brought for us was to bring these realities. When you look and you see that the anger of God is coming upon the earth, because when peace leaves, God's anger has entered. Because times of peace is a mercy from God. When peace leaves the earth, God's anger has entered. So our lives were to shelter ourselves from God's anger. Shaitan knows that. So we start to understand what type of game is being played. Shaitan knows that because he took them to this place to bring God's anger upon the earth. And shaitan knows that, so he pushes even more, do something to anger God so that you also can be taken away with what's coming. And we said now Islam been sold. Don't look to those people in that area, they sold the religion. They sold it for a ball, for a whatever they want to come habibi, come to Jahannam. They sold the religion, they got nothing, they had nothing to offer. This religion in the hands of awliya, safeguarded by Imam Ali salam. This is the great recitations of Nadi Ali that Allah kept the reality of Imam Ali upon this earth, that he's not been killed, there's no body. They have mazhar, what they call mazhars? Mazhar. They've seen something so they built a maqam. Mazhar Sharif, there's no body. So how with the great Sahabi like that there's no body? Allah kept him on this earth. People believe, they don't believe, doesn't matter, but you'll see soon. But the religion is kept alive by awliya and by tariqas. Because now people will begin to see they sold it. They sold its rights, they sold its properties and its territories. They sold the key to everything holy. And if it was left to them, there would be nothing left of Islam. And Allah didn't give the treasures of the heavens and the earth to those people. Look at them, their character, what they do. So who Allah gave the keys of the heavens and the earth to? Because the deen of this entire creation, seen and unseen, is Allah's religion, is Islam. It's a huge amanat and trust. People don't understand you don't just call yourself the custodian and write it on the fabric of the Kaaba, you say you're the custodian because you wrote it. That trust is from Allah that gave the entire trust to the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad, was created for that reality to hold the trust of Allah that you will represent me through all my creations. Because there is nothing but La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah wherever creation appears, whatever alien ship and alien planets and universes and galaxies that come into existence, all under the kalimah, all under azimatullah, izzatullah. And izzatullah is izzat Rasul, that this authority is going to Prophet. So this greatness of this authority was not given to these people. As a result of this corruption and these difficulties that have come upon the earth, the heavenly way held by the authority of awliya, unseen, people will never find them. They're everywhere and they're unseen. You can't go find them, you can't grab them, you can't interrogate them. They're Allah's, God's unseen servants, and they hold the trust of the heavens upon this earth. They bear witness to its corruption and its deception and its deceit, and they uphold the true character of the heavens and the true authority of the heavens, regardless of what everyone or anyone wants to say. So then this is a heavenly way and a heavenly reality. And that's why then they come to teach that, watch out, in this time when shaitan is making fitna, and what we call fitna is deception, deceit and bad character, don't enter into these bad characters because you're going to get swept into a wave of immense difficulty. When you see the anger of God coming, do good deeds. It's an insurance policy. You know, it's like you think you're going to get sick, really sick, you go buy health insurance. Hope they give you like 6 months before you have to use it, or go get some life insurance, but hope they don't do a medical test. But Allah is a lot easier than insurance companies. Just immediately do good deeds. As soon as you do good deeds, then good is written for you, protection is written for you. Be a light for a hopeless time, a light that accepts everyone. There's no discrimination that, no, you can't come into our lights. Everyone welcome, come back to the light. Don't go towards the darkness and don't go towards anger and bad character, because it's nothing from the heavens. Anger is not a characteristic of the heavens. Destruction and deceit is not a characteristic of the heavens. Lying and deceiving is not a characteristic of the heavens. That's why Allah in the beatific theme of Qur'an is always, we created creation in truth. And there's always an overwhelming theme of truth, that everything has to be truthful. When you talk and negotiate with people, you're truthful. When you speak and you say things, it's truthful, and they say, oh then this must be a true Muslim. Means one whom submits to the will of God, because God has no crookedness. They follow a book that doesn't allow crookedness. They follow a book that doesn't allow aggression and anger and corruption and spread corruption upon the earth. It requires good character and people to come to good character. So what happens then when these oppressions begin upon the earth, then the tariqas become shining stars where mankind come in droves towards the tariqas. Why? Because they become bright lights that are not corrupted by deception and deceit. The people see the overwhelming difficulties, and where are we to hide? There's nowhere to hide from God's anger. All you can do are good deeds. Go out, give food, give water, do your dawah, spread the good word, be polite and kind to your family, to your loved ones, to communities, to people. Everything that been taught by Prophet and especially propagated through the tariqas, so that to receive a tranquility within the hearts of servants. InshaAllah, anyone follows this teaching knows that everything is in the key of Muhammadan Rasulullah. Let's go to Surah 48, in which Allah describes for us victory. Because people want to know how to be victorious upon this earth from these oppressions and difficulties. And Allah said, you don't have to find it very difficult, we name the surah victory. Haj Shah, you go verse by verse, read the verse in Arabic, Haj Junaid will read just the English, not the explanations, and then inshaAllah we'll give the tafsir. So Allah gives for us, we're searching for victory ya Rab, then Allah read my Qur'an. Surah 48.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا.
We have indeed for your sake, O dear Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, bestowed a clear victory.
So Prophet is Fatan Mubin. Inna fatana fatan mubinan. What is the clear victory? It's Prophet is the clear victory. If Prophet with you and you with Prophet, first is the adab is if you are with Prophet then Prophet with you, because you be with whom you love. It's a hadith. Do you love Sayyidina Muhammad then Prophet light will be with you. Bismillah.
ليغفرك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما.
So that Allah may forgive for your sake the sins of those before you and those after you.
Going to forgive your sins for the sake of Prophet. Why? Because if Allah going to place you with Sayyidina Muhammad, can you come dirty? Someone say, I want to take you to the king and you're homeless and all filthy and dirty. You don't think somebody going to wash you first? Clean you, perfume you? Say, because we honour our king. So Allah made the king of the heavens and the earth. So I'm going to place you with Prophet. Of course I'm not going to let your sayyat be in front of his presence. I'm going to clean your past and I'm going to clean your future. If I destine for you victory, that's why he is victory. They left. What did we describe in Rajab was a munafiq? not somebody who came against Allah. All of Surah Al-Munafiq was what? They came against Sayyidina Muhammad, because all these people are going to agree on Allah. But who they have a problem with? Oh, you're Muhammadiyun? Leave this Muhammadan Rasulullah stuff and come to us. And Allah in Surah Munafiqeen will say, no, the munafiq is the one whom sold Muhammadan Rasulullah. And we said, you see it now. You go into what is a masjid, is supposed to be the place of sujood, to come to worship Allah, but when you walk through the door everything has to be Muhammadan Rasulullah. Back home look at traditional, we call this Mimbar al-Rasul, Mihrab al-Rasul, and the Imam has to be in the sunnah of the Rasul. Everything inside is about Muhammadan Rasulullah because it's the only way to La ilaha illallah. Now you're going to look like a mental institute. There's no calligraphy anywhere, there's nothing to identify what is this? Is this a temple? What is this? So they're wiping it. So what Allah that for His sake we're going to forgive your sins in the past, sins in the future.
And complete His favours upon you and to show you the straight path.
Allah gives the word ni'mat, I'm going to complete all my ni'mat upon you. So why the shaykhs, the tariqahs what? They have the ni'mat of Allah because they complete their covenant, they completed that covenant, Allah's ni'mat upon them, my mercy upon you, and I'm going to place you on Sirat al-Mustaqim. And we said the week before, Prophet's name is Sayyidina Sirat al-Mustaqim, because if you don't read Dalail al-Khairat you don't read the 201 names of Prophet, and in those is Sayyidina Sirat al-Mustaqim, Miftah al-Rahmah, all the beatific names of Sayyidina Muhammad. So it's coded, whom keep the religion of Islam alive are awliya, and we are donkey of awliya. And they come back to remind, this is not so complicated where you have to guess where's a knife and I'm going to walk on this knife on Judgment Day, because nobody can walk on a knife if it's occurred to you. There's no knife you can walk on, so you're doomed. If you think there's going to be a blade and you're going to walk on it safely, you're going to be split in half. But if Allah dress you to be from the light of Sayyidina Sirat al-Mustaqim, you float over that reality because you're from that reality. That same blade when it was in dunya, it fought anything that stopped it. And they would see the people who would come against the Prophet to stop the message, they would have the burn mark on their neck. The same Sirat al-Mustaqim, you can't walk on it without a difficulty, you have to be from it. So then Allah is giving in this surah of victories all about Muhammadan Rasulullah. You'll see from beginning all the way when you go to the end. And that we'll place you on Sirat al-Mustaqim, means that you're going to be in the heart and the love of Prophet. You have to be trained by these awliya to be ashiqeen and muhibbeen, and that your focus is the love of Prophet, nothing else. Don't talk to us about, you think you know La ilaha illallah. There is no door of La ilaha illallah without perfecting your reality of Muhammadan Rasulullah. Finished. And this for all these ulama who want victory in their countries. There's no victory without the flag of Sayyidina Muhammad, Jaysh al-Mansur, the victorious armies of Allah and the victorious armies of the heavens and the earth are in Allah's hands, and the flag is Muhammadan Rasulullah. See, the only thing that fights oppression on earth and represents the heavens is under the hand of Muhammadan Rasulullah. What's the next verse?
وَيَنْصُرَكَ اللَّهُ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا.
And so that Allah may provide you a great help.
Aziz, we described before, people don't contemplate anything we want, we need from Sifat al-Aziz. Ya Azizu Ya Razaq Haqqeh Shah Bahuiddenn Naqshband Muhammadan Way Bukhari. You have to have that in your zikr 100 times a day. Sifat Ya Aziz Ya Razaq Haqqeh Bahuiddenn Shah Naqshband Muhammadan Way Bukhari. Why? Aziz, how to describe it nice and dramatically, is Allah's fist locked coming straight to you. Anyone trying to get in the way of that is going to run into an immense difficulty. A courier package that nothing can stop. Sifat al-Aziz, when Allah reps Sifat al-Aziz, it's coming to you, nobody gonna stop it. And anything they try to send to you, Aziz is going to block it, nothing going to reach to you. When yansurukallahu nasran aziza, that we are going to help you with a mighty help. Who? The people of Sirat al-Mustaqeem. Who? The people who have a ishq and love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Without, no fatah, there's no victory. The mubin, the clear victory, is that you have to know that you have to love Prophet, be under the banner of Muhammadan Rasulullah and be qulam to Sayyidina Muhammad and don't raise your head. Serve the king and let him serve La ilaha illallah and tell you where to go and what to do. And in their hearts they'll see Prophet, they'll receive the isharat of Prophet and be told exactly what to do. Without that they will be blind, deaf and dumb on this earth. What next?
هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا.
Hold on, we're going to go section by section. You recite. Sorry. Sakina. So what now the characteristics of these people Allah will give in the immense turmoil. Allah because He knows what these verses are for. You want sifat yansurukallahu nasran aziza, Allah said, then you're going to be given an immense sakina in your heart, peace and tranquility. While Allah describes awliya, they don't have any fear or grief. Allah addressed them with an immense sakina. The next line,
لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ,
that they're going to be given faith upon faith, added to whatever faith they have. Allah going to increase more and more faith. Why? Because more and more difficulty you're going to face. The faith you had when everything was great is not going to be the same when the faith you're going to have when everything is difficult. And Allah is granting in this ayatul kareem, no, whatever faith you have we're going to keep dosing it up. Next.
وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ,
and to whom belongs the authority of the heavens and earth. Jundum means Allah is everything. Allah says, to everything is my authority. If I want to release 500 million mosquitoes against somebody, I will release them. Move all the oceans and clouds and sands and I will move them. To Allah belongs the authority of this earth and everything in the heavens. No one else. No one else can you ask for any authority or help. All of this is in the hands of Prophet. So Allah describing glad tidings. You want peace in your heart? No problem, it's coming. You want faith upon faith? We keep dosing you more faith for every difficulty you begin to see. And to me is all authority, whether it's on the earth or it's in the heavens. I own this kingdom which I place this authority upon Prophet, so that to understand you have an immense power behind you. Next inshaAllah.
وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا لِيُدْخِلَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا وَيُكَفِّرَ عَنْهُمْ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ وَكَانَ ذَلِكَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا.
Read.
In order to admit the believing men and believing women into gardens beneath which rivers flow, in which they will abide, and to relieve them of their misdeeds, and this in Allah's sight is the greatest success.
Fawzan Azim means this is the heavenly way and the heavenly power. Next.
وَيُعَذِّبَ الْمُنَافِقِينَ وَالْمُنَافِقَاتِ وَالْمُشْرِكِينَ وَالْمُشْرِكَاتِ الظَّانِينَ بِاللَّهِ ظَنَّ السُّوءِ عَلَيْهِمْ دَائِرَةُ السُّوءِ وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَعَنَهُمْ وَأَعَدَّ لَهُمْ جَهَنَّمَ وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرًا.
And to punish the hypocrite men and hypocrite women.
Who are the hypocrites? They came against Prophet. These people whom selling the religion and to come against Prophet. The important key, it's not the ones who came against Allah because they're going to say they're with Allah. But Surah Munafiqeen that we described in Rajab is all about Allah's anger that they came against Sayyidina Muhammad. They sold out their Prophet. Until Allah says, and the people of Jahannam, an immense punishment is the male munafiq and the female munafiq. And the next line is that he's in the companionship of a mushrik.
Yeah.
That they're in the same category to be in the abode of difficulty. So means the glad tidings of this love, this ishq Allah is from paradise realities. It's not something small. And the ones that are coming against Prophet these are the hypocrites and the idol worshippers. So we've clarified now what's going to happen upon this earth. This abode of light that brings the heavenly realities, the beatific realities of the teaching of Prophet and the other ones whom represent darkness and badness. Next verse. You're at 7.
وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا.
And to Allah only belong the armies of the heavens and the earth, and Allah is most honorable wise.
إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا.
This is where we keep quoting all the time, the tariqah verse. The Prophet has been sent to you, because this is all about Prophet shahidan, mubashiran wa nadhiran. So it means that your king, he's shahidan, he witnesses everything you do. Mubashiran is that his nazar and dua is immense lights upon your soul, for your soul and for your physicality. Anybody mubashiran, you're like a walking chandelier on this earth, lights shimmering and everything, and God's satisfaction coming upon you. As soon as you face a difficulty, same yansurukallahu nasran aziza comes, because shahidan wa mubashiran wa nadhiran. And that Prophet's light comes to advise you that I love you, Allah placed with me, took away your sins, kept your path clean. Don't do that. Keep your companionship with me. Continuously Prophet guides the ones whom love him. Then there was an ulama on television describing, what it called? What's the omnipresence, the word they use? Hadir or nadir, describing hadir nadir. And again, that will be tomorrow night, the duality of light. So we have to remind me, hadir nadir and duality of light. That when you're not trained in light and you come across these questions of what's hadir nadir, and the gentleman was explaining that, no, Prophet is not with you, with you, with you, with you. He's in like a place where the actions can come to him. Say, no, you're exactly wrong, you're completely wrong because you don't train in the world of light. Prophet is with you, with you, with you, with you, with you. With all whom love him, he described that Allah will send my soul to give back salawats to you. If you make enough salawats, Prophet you are walking with that light. Prophet is hadir with you, with you, with you. Why? Allah says he's shahidan. How he's shahidan if he's not seeing and walking with you? He witnesses his community's actions. He even more witnesses the ones whom love him because they make their durood, their salawat, and the light of Prophet accompanies them. And he even described this to my companions, these are my ashiqeen, that they love me for just one gaze for me to look at them. And Sahabi became, oh, either we are your ashiqeen. He said, no, you're my companions, you're with me all the time. These haven't even seen me and they do all this for love. And Allah describing in this Surah Fatah the victory. What is a great victory? Is that Prophet your account will be put right there, shahidan mubashiran wa nadhiran. So this is not an empty nation. The Jaysh al-Mansur, the victorious people of Allah, they're under the continuous banner and the nazar of Prophet that he's with them, he sees everything. He's command of the entire field of what's happening if you're with him. If you're not with him, Allah knows who the heck you're with. Nothing happening for you, no victory for you, nothing. That's why shaitan put people in this condition. They're at nothing, just screaming. But what Allah described as a victorious nation is that if you're at the feet of your Prophet, he's shahidan, he's witnessing everything, mubashiran, every beatific light he's giving, and nadhiran, that he's continuously advising and guiding his nation. Oh.
لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا.
This one the other side was, oh, this is in reference to Allah, but this is in the same coming of the reality of Prophet.
In order that you, O people, may accept faith in Allah and His noble messenger.
What in order for you? That all of this that I'm giving to you was in reference to what? That you respect Allah and His messenger and
honor and revere the
honor and revere Him. Who's Him? The subject was Prophet. Honor Prophet. So they're dishonourable people. They say, why you have to stand, why you have to do? When Allah said what? They say, well, this is about Allah, but Allah said, no, this is about Prophet. Is honor La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. What's the next word? Revere him, glorify him day and night. and unto the close of the day. Means continuous durood al-sharif, because your durood is what? Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Every salawat you make is praising Allah. But Allah says, don't come to me without Muhammadun Rasulullah. The best way to glorify Allah is by to loving Prophet, keeping the sunnah, keeping the love, keeping the character, keeping the good example. And as a result, all of this culmination, who will receive this reality? Next verse.
إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله.
So now this is why the tariqas hold Islam. So Allah said, you want all of this? You have to have bayat. Nobody can enter into anything that they're entering into without the bayah of awliya. Without the hand of Prophet there's no power coming to you, there's no protection coming to you, there's no victory coming to you. That they have to be under the bayah of awliya, that they have to have the hand of Prophet upon them. No bayat, no power. So then what Allah is saying, you have to swear your allegiance to Allah and to Sayyidina Muhammad Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. Because now this all begins to explain, was this about Allah? No, this was about Prophet. And Allah is describing that our hand, Yadullah, the hand of Allah, because this is now the bayat onto Prophet's hand. That the hand of Allah is when you took the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad, Allah denotes the entire authority of the kingdom represented by the hand of the Divine King, is that my hand is with the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad, and if his hand is upon your hand then my hand is sealing that covenant. So how we want Allah's hand if the hand of Prophet is not with us? And they teach what? Ati'ullah, ati' Rasul, ulul amri minkum. And these ulul amr, they represent the hand of Prophet which represents the hand of Allah. And then Allah give to us that that hand is not something you can break. And whoever breaketh this oath, he broke it only to the detriment of his own soul. While whoever keepeth his covenant with Allah, on him He bestows an immense reward. Ajran azim, ajran aziman. If you want the immense reward, yansurukallahu nasran azizan, all of these beatific descriptions where Allah is saying, I'm going to support you with a mighty support. All of it comes down to you have to have your bayat, because that is the way of Islam. When the shaitans took that, they said, not necessary. Oh, so who are you in allegiance with? Oh, we're in allegiance with Allah. Via who? They pulled the plug on something and they make it seem like it was small. But Allah is describing, if you want victory and it's the Qur'an that you believe in, the Qur'an is giving you this entire reality of victory is based on Muhammadan Rasulullah. That to be from ashiqeen of Sayyidina Muhammad have the good character, the good manners, follow the way of the heavens. Means that those people whom follow the way of Prophet they don't spread corruption, they don't do badness, they don't represent wickedness, they don't harm people. Nothing, everything according to the way that Prophet brought for them, give to them. And then Allah said, make sure that your hand is connected. In days of difficulty we remind ourselves and other people that make sure that you have the love of Prophet, that your hand is upon the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad, and that these people bring back bring back the importance of the bayat, and that to keep people connected to the ishq and the muhabbat and the example of Sayyidina Muhammad is our victory for the heavens. Because our whole life is about a struggle. Our whole life is how are we going to have victory on our last breath, that we took our breath, and you think that your life and your 70 years, 80 years, 90 years was victorious. And if in the end of our life say, Ya Rabbi, we did our bayat, we took whatever we could, we tried to follow the example best that we could, and let our love speak for us, not anything else. If my love manifested in good deeds and good character and good actions, and that be my intercession in the grave and allow me access to Prophet within our lives, within our qabr and into the hereafter, inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammadan Mustafa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.